Start off just by talking about today, being back out.
Yeah, good first day. These guys are a hard-working group. They have no idea yet, what it means to practice the way we practice, and it's not their fault. I mean, they're just out here for the first day. So, but we're off to a good start as far as teaching them the way that we do things, and I think we're excited about this group.
What do you think about Miami's doing all classroom work? How important is it to do that?
Yeah, I don't think about what Miami does or any other team does. I think about what's best for the Houston Texans. I really just try to, along with our coaching staff, try to do what's best for our team.
But what you think of Braxton?
Say that again.
What do you think of Braxton?
All these guys are out here for the first time. I think that they all came out. They're understanding of the type of conditioning level, the type of shape they have to be in. This is their first voyage into that. This is a different deal. The pace of practice, the way that we meet, we walk through, we practice. So I'm excited about the whole group.
Can you ever tell a guy, say like Miller, comes from a national big-time program? Can you tell everybody just the way they want to act, the confidence coming from someone like that?
It's interesting, John. I think when you watch tape, you really can tell about how well they're coached in different programs. Whether but I could say that about Ohio State, Alabama, Notre Dame, but I could also say that about some of the smaller schools that we look at too, and how much respect we have for what these college coaches do and how they train them. So I think as far as your question, when each guy comes into the building, we're evaluating everything they do every second that they're here, how they carry themselves, how they communicate with their teammates, how they meet, how they walk through, how they practice. So everybody gets evaluated in those terms.
I read that you guys sent videos to some of the guys that you wanted to sign as undrafted rookies about the coaching staff.
Not that I know of.
Oh, you didn't?
Yeah, not me. I didn't send out any videos. I mean, I'm sure there's some Hard Knocks clips on YouTube that they could probably watch and get a good.
What is your initial message to your rookies out here, like last night?
Well, the initial message really is about putting the team first, thinking about what you can do for the team to create your own role. We put them in a role, but how do they embrace that role? How do they create value for themselves on the team? We really talk about, they've gone from, again, not their fault, but after their college season, getting ready for an individual deal like the Combine and all the different pro days, and now they've got to become a part of a team. And on Monday, we'll enter in the other 60 guys that are here. A lot of great veteran players that are here, so they're going to have to understand, hey, they're taking a back seat now to all these guys because they're way ahead of them. So what are you going to do to help the team get better, help yourself get better, but in the end, putting the team first is the big thing.
Bill, when it comes to expectations and results early, so much is being thrown at them. Are you, at this stage, a little more patient than maybe a week from now, just as they start learning things?
I definitely think we're patient, Randy, but I do think that we throw a lot at them, and we want to see how they learn, what type of questions they ask, how fast they can pick things up. I think that's part of the early evaluation, but we're definitely patient with them. Now if we come out here in the fifth or sixth OTA and they're making the same mistakes that they made today, then that's probably not real good. But as far as today and tomorrow, it's just about teaching them our system and seeing how well they pick things up.
Coach, y'all added a lot of speed.
Stand out to you today?
Anything in particular stand out? No.
Does the fact that you and George were with, saw Julian Edelman's transition from quarterback to receiver up close, does that help you in coaching Braxton?
I think, we have experience with those types of players, so yeah, that was part of the evaluation probably, Tanya, but I don't know if it was, strictly Julian to Braxton. I don't think we compare players like that, but conceptually we try to look at players that did different things in college than we might have them do here, but how does that translate to what we're going to have them do? I think conceptually, in a broad view of things, we do look at that way.
Coach, the team added a lot of speed.
Day 1 to day 2 for these rookies.
Say that again.
Biggest challenge from day 1 to day 2 for these rookies.
I would say, can they correct the mistakes that they made? Can they prepare their bodies better for what's going to happen tomorrow? It'll be the same deal tomorrow. It's the same exact schedule. How do they come out here? Did they hydrate enough? Did they learn from maybe cramping up a little bit? No cramps tomorrow. How do they learn the system? Can they line up better than they lined up today? Those types of things.
Coach, the team added a lot of speed.
On a complex offense for any rookie coming in, what are the special challenges that you have as coaches with a lot of changes on the offense and getting everybody on the same page?
Well, I think every year, Stephanie, is a challenge. I really do. I think every single year is a challenge. Every year is different. I think it's a challenge to coach the guys that have been in our system for 2 years because they know it really well. So how are we keeping their minds fresh with some of the things we're doing? So every year is a challenge. And the one thing I tell the coaches all the time is to take nothing for granted. Let's go back to the beginning. Let's start again. Let's evaluate these guys' skill sets, see how they fit.